Well, I thought I would start off with a video on how to change the oil pan gasket on this 47 Ford truck. It's leaking around the front and I need to put a new seal on the bottom drain anyways. So I got this gasket kit from Dennis Carpenter, part number for it. Got some kind of a front seal, it looks like. I've got this laid out in the orientation in the truck, and it looks like I have to take some other parts off. I can see where this bolt in the pan, I can see where that one's at, and these, but this one is back up under there, and the starter's over in this area, so I think I'm going to have to take that off, a couple covers, so I can figure out where that bolt there is to get this pan to drop. And then I've also put the truck on a lift on the frame so that the suspension drops down. That helps get some clearance underneath for the pan to clear the frame there. Step one is drain the fluid. I don't have a crescent wrench big enough for that big opening, so just use a pipe wrench. Gasket here, we'll drain this guy. The gasket that's on there is one that I'd made up just to get me by temporarily. Next thing, I'm going to drain the oil out of the oil filter. There's a line that runs down to the side of the pan. You can just see it through the exhaust header there. There's a line that goes into the side of the pan that drains from this, so I'll drain this out because I have to disconnect the line on the oil pan, and when I do, the oil's just going to run out of it, so I might as well just drain it from up here. And here's the return line from the oil filter, so I'm going to disconnect that pipe, that way don't bend that when I drop the oil pan. Okay, get that off. It's just dripping real easy now from the oil filter. We can see these bolts here, and on the other side where it gets interesting, we know there's another bolt even past this one, so that'll be tight. I think this starter's going to have to come off because it's part of this oil pan system. So I think I have to take this cover off, get up in there, take the starter out. That way I can drop the pan. So we're on the back side. We can see all these pieces. Here's this, it's almost like the pan is two pieces here, it seems like. And I'm not sure how that's attached, if that's welded or what, but all of these are attached, and I know here's the spring from the brake or clutch, one or the other. We'll have to take it off because it's attached on that plate. And we know that that bolt right there, that's the last one. That's part of the pan gasket bolt also. So it's holding this housing up also. So that housing has to come off. Okay, now I've got the jack under the pan just to hold it. As I start to loosen some more bolts, it's starting to come down. So I just want to support that way as I take the rest of the bolts out. Okay, I've got the jack down to a certain level. I have to rotate the pan at this angle so that the oil stick on the other side can work its way through the exhaust header there. We can just see that the oil stick there's gotta, so you gotta keep it at this angle. It's kind of a clocked angle like that to let it come down. So we're just touching that tie rod link there, so hopefully it'll come on down from here. Okay, we got the pan out. Very snug fit without taking that steering link off, but I think to put it back in, I think I'm going to take this starter off. That made it very heavy and awkward to move around, so I'm going to take that off before I put that back on. Quite a bit of sludge down in there, so we'll clean all that up, get some new gaskets on this. Just so you know what I mean by sludge in here, pretty thick. Getting this pan cleaned up. They've got this new replacement, like a piece of cloth gasket. I just used a screwdriver to pry that out of there. And we've got the pan cleaned up pretty good now. I think the gasket will seal on that surface. Get everything cleaned up pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty flat now, smooth. Check under the engine and see what that's looking like. Okay, so to put this rear gasket in, this is very difficult. There's a groove. That groove right there. So hopefully you can see it where my finger is touching. That groove is where that piece goes. And it's a very tight fit to get it into that groove. And then on this side over here, you've got this pump. That's the pickup to the pump is in the way, so I'm gonna have to drop this assembly down so that I can put that gasket in. Okay, we've got the pickup pump assembly out. Okay, we've got the oil pan gasket. We just reversed the order of everything. Got the oil pan back on, filled it back up, and started the truck and with the oil, and we gained about 10 pounds of oil pressure. So all of that junk down in the oil pan was definitely restricting some of the pickup. So truck's running in good shape. Now we got about 20 to 25 pounds. It probably a couple thousand RPM, probably around 10 to 15 pounds of pressure at idle around. So it's pretty much to spec now. So worked out great.